guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here. In today's class, we're going to continue with our Math 910 content on linear systems. So linear systems is basically seen to be a grade 10 topic. You go through that in a lot of detail. However, if you're looking at the Principles of Mathematics textbook, you will notice that there is a section on linear systems in grade 9. Okay, so with that, let's get started. All right, so here we are. Okay. What we're going to do is try just like a really simple question here. So I'm going to write it down. So I have y equals negative x. This is one of my equations. And the second equation is going to be y equals x minus 6. Okay? So these are the two equations. What we're going to do is we're basically solving for the point of intersection. Okay, I want to just make both equations equal. Okay, so let's write what we're doing here. Okay, so I'm going to make both equations, okay, equal to each other. Okay, and you notice how both of them are y equals. Basically, I'm going to do negative x equals to x minus 6. Okay, so basically you're just taking the right-hand side of each of the equations and we're making them equal. Okay, so with that, let's put the like terms together. Okay, I'm going to take the negative x to the other side. So I already have this x. So I'm going to do x plus x. Okay, and I'm taking the negative 6 to the left side and it becomes positive 6. Okay, everyone's good? So x plus x is equal to 2x. Okay, remember it doesn't matter which side I'm moving the variables to, okay, and which side you're moving the numbers to. Just make sure you're changing the sign. So here we're going to solve for x, so divide by 2 on both sides. If you're not sure, you're just dividing by the number that is in front of the variable. Okay, so x is equal to 6 divided by 2. X is equal to 3. Okay, and again, just don't stop there. Okay, what we're going to do now, so we made both equations equal. Okay, and I'm going to sub back, okay, into, let's put equation number 2. And what we have to do is actually solve for the value of y. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the equation 2 here. Y equals x minus 6. Okay, and what we're doing is we're subbing in x equals 3 into this equation. So 3 minus 6. So y is equal to negative 3. Okay, like everyone knows, I like to box my answers. Okay, so this is going to be my point of intersection is basically 3 is the x value here, and the y value is negative 3. Okay, does everyone see how to do that? Okay, we can verify our solution as well. Okay, so the question says to solve each linear system, verify each solution by substituting the coordinates of your solution into both equations. Okay, so you see your point of intersection. I have x and y. Okay, and what I want to do is let's write like check. Okay, like check your solution. That's why whenever you do linear systems, okay, there's no way that you can get the wrong answer. Okay, so the reason for that is I can always check my answer. So I'm going to take my solution here, which is my point of intersection. It's 3 and negative 3. You're going to sub it back into each of these equations. So let's check it with equation 1. Y equals negative x. Okay. So y is equal to negative 3. And the x value is equal to 3. Okay, so you notice how I put the negative sign outside. So negative 3 equals to negative 3. This is in my first equation, and I see that it does satisfy the first equation. Okay. However, don't stop there. What we're going to do is write down the second equation. So y equals x minus 6. Okay, one more time. The y value is negative 3. So we'll put negative 3 equals. And the x value is equal to 3. So 3 minus 6, which is equal to negative 3. So negative 3 equals negative 3. And I notice it also satisfies the second equation. Okay. And that way I know that this is my correct answer. That's the point of intersection of these two equations. Okay, and I can say that with 100% certainty, and you know that you're going to get the answer correct, okay, whether it's on a quiz or a test. All right, does everyone see how to do that? Okay, make sure you don't just plug in the point of intersection or your solution into one of the equations. It has to satisfy both equations. Okay, so if it doesn't satisfy one of the equations, then your answer is incorrect. Okay, are there any questions there? Okay, so with that, let's try one more example here. Okay, let's write it on the next page. Okay, so let's try this one. So this says x minus y equals 8, which is the first equation. Okay, and the second equation is x plus 2y equals 4. Okay, so again, don't be thrown off by the equations. Some of the equations can be quite complex. Okay, but what we're going to do is I noticed that the equations are not in the slope-intercept form. All right, so let's make an arrow here, okay? So x minus y equals 8. What I want to do is isolate for y, okay? So we're going to take the x to the other side, and the x becomes negative x and plus 8, okay? So if you notice, I didn't actually move the 8. It's still in the same spot there. And don't leave your answer like this, okay? The y value has to be positive. So we're just going to divide everything by negative 1, like this. Just so this negative 1 cancels out, okay? So we're left with y. So y equals, this is negative 1 divided by negative 1, positive 1x. Okay, let's put the 1 here. And this is 8 divided by negative 1, negative 8. Okay, and I'm just going to rewrite it. This is x minus 8. Okay, so this is my first equation now. Okay, it's basically the same as this equation. We just changed it into the slope-intercept form. Because remember, we want to just make both of these equations equal. So let's go to the second equation. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it here. X plus 2y equals 4. Okay. And again, take the x to the other side, so it becomes negative x plus 4. Okay, every time you go across the equal sign, make sure you are changing the sign, okay? That is actually really important. And now I'm looking for just y, so I'm going to divide everything by 2, so the 2 cancels out. Okay, just divide by whatever number is in front of the y. Okay, and we're going to, if it's a fraction or a decimal, you could just leave it as a fraction. This is negative 1 over 2x. Okay, and then we're going to do 4 divided by 2, which is 2, so positive 2. Okay, and this is my second equation. Okay, if you're wondering again, let's just write it down as a review. The slope, okay, for this equation is whatever is in front of the x. My slope is negative 1 over 2. Okay, and the y-intercept in this case is basically the number that doesn't have the variable, so it's positive 2. Okay, everyone sees that? Let's go to this equation and just write out the slope here. Okay, I don't see a number in front of the x. Okay, however, it's assumed that there's a 1 in front. It's not 0. Okay, and if I'm doing the y-intercept, again, it's just the number that's by itself here, which is negative 8. Okay, so we have the slope and the y-intercept for both of these equations here. Okay, and now what we're going to do, okay, is basically, let's maybe box this. Okay, so we don't get confused here. So these are the two equations I want to use, okay? And what we'll do, again, is make the equations equal. Okay, so I'm going to write it on the bottom here. So x minus 8, okay, equals to negative 1/2 x plus 2. Okay, so just like this. Now, you notice that there is like a fraction here. Okay, what we'll do is take the LCD, which is the lowest common denominator, which is just 2. Okay, and this is the fastest way to get rid of all of the fractions. I'm going to multiply everything by 2 in my equation. This becomes 2 times x, 2x, minus, I'm doing 8 times 2, so 16. Okay, equals, this 2 and this 2 cancels out, so it's equal to negative x. Okay, and 2 times 2, positive 4. Okay, everyone's good there? And you notice as soon as I multiply all the terms by the lowest common denominator, the fractions are canceling out. Let's put the like terms together. Okay, I'm taking the negative x to the left side, so it becomes 2x plus 1x, okay, or plus x. This is negative 16. We're taking it to the right side, so it becomes 4 plus 16. Okay, the signs again are really important. Okay, so make sure you are doing the signs here correctly. Okay, so 2 plus 1, this is 3x. Okay, equals to 20. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides, and it cancels out. Okay, so x is equal to 20 over 3. Okay, and again, I do notice that when I'm using this fraction, okay, it's giving me a decimal, maybe 6.7. Okay, and I don't want to use any decimals, so we're just going to leave 20 over 3. Okay, and now maybe we can just sub it back. Okay, so let's do sub into. I'm going to sub it into equation 1. Okay, and the reason for this is because equation 1 actually looks like it's more simple. It's just x minus 8. Okay, if I plugged it into equation 2, I notice there's a fraction. Okay, it might take a little bit longer to solve that. Okay, so we got x equals 20 over 3. You're going to sub 20 over 3 into this equation over 1. Okay, I'm just going to put 8 over 1. All right, we're taking a common denominator, so multiply the top and bottom by 3. And again, I'm showing you all the work here, okay? You can maybe skip some steps, depends on your teacher. Make sure you're always asking your teacher about how many steps you need to show in your solution. So I'm doing 8 times 3 here, so 24 over 3. Okay, then you're going to subtract the numerators because the denominators are the same. 20 minus 24, negative 4 over 3. Okay, and this is equal to the value of y. Does everyone see that? Okay, and again, you can sub back your x value here into either of the equations. You should still get the same answer. Okay, so we're just going to write our point of intersection. Always write the x value first. Okay, so we got 20 over 3, comma, the y value, which is negative 4 over 3. So just like this, okay? This is the point of intersection of these two equations, okay, that we had at the top there. And again, don't worry if you do get like a fraction, okay? Just make sure you are doing all the steps. And that way you can also like check your answer over on a quiz or a test, okay? And again, if you are checking your answer, okay, and verifying your solution, okay, you're just going to take the point of intersection here for x and y. And you're going to, again, just sub it back into these original equations, okay? Remember, in a linear system, both of the equations must be satisfied, okay, in order for you to show that you have the correct answer. All right? Okay, so that looks good. And if there are no questions, that does bring this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Thanks. Bye.